Welcome to Blame It on the Inverts. I'm Sean. Today, we're at Little America in Marshall, Wisconsin on day 4 of CoasterCon 47 with ACE, American Coaster Enthusiasts. Little America is not normally open on a day like today in the middle of the week. They opened just for us. Now you can see behind us, that's one of their bigger roller coasters here, the Toboggan. The Toboggan is actually the only roller coaster that has ever scared me enough to not ride. When I was a little kid, a toboggan was at a local fair that used to travel around. And I was probably about 6 or 7. And I looked at it, and I kept looking at it, and I decided not to ride. I haven't been around another toboggan since then, and I'm not really sure how this ride's gonna go, but I'm really excited. Let's check it out. The toboggan's line was quite lengthy already when we arrived. Derek decided to wait out the toboggan line first, while Devin and I gathered the other credits, starting with Meteor, a classic family wooden coaster made by Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters Incorporated. Next up was Mad Mouse by the Alan Herschel Company. Followed by another Alan Herschel kiddie coaster, Little Dipper. Finally, it was time to conquer the toboggan I said no to as a child, so we jumped in line, hoping to ride before the looming storm arrived. Well, we waited for about an hour, and there's always rain on the forecast. The toboggan fits about 1 to 2 people per train, and we rode everything else, but the toboggan also is one of the rides that they do not run in the rain. It's been very mild, but it was enough to start turning the ride off. They look like they might be considering turning it back on, but as you can guess, it's raining pretty heavily now, so this looks like it might be another missed credit for me, but I hope I do get to ride another toboggan, or my first toboggan soon. But that's okay. Weather is part of being an enthusiast. So, on to the next park, Indiana Beach, and park number 3 of CoasterCon. Well, we've arrived at our 3rd and final park for CoasterCon 47. Indiana Beach Amusement and Water Park in Monticello, Indiana. Are you guys ready to head in?
Let's do it.
Indiana Beach is home to a really fun collection of coasters. I started day one at 598 coaster credits and a coaster in mind for my upcoming milestone ride. So we started with one of the other credits, Tigger, a classic Schwarzkopf Jetstar coaster. After that, it was time to ride number 600, Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain. I don't even know how to begin to describe Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain. But first, I have a little bit of a story. So we waited about an hour to get my first ride on my 600th roller coaster, Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain. We were about 2 trains away and watching the car go up the elevator up to the top, and when it got to the top, it got stuck. We waited it out a little bit. After about 15 to 20 minutes, they cleared the line. So normally when that happens and you're waiting for a milestone roller coaster, I have a plan B, always. But we had 2 days at Indiana Beach, and I didn't know that I was ready to give up hope on this one being number 600 quite yet. So we killed some time, did some other activities, and then it got back up and running. So we jumped back in line for another hour-long wait, because you do that as a roller coaster enthusiast. But we made it on, and it was an absolutely wild ride. Those cars are so unique. There's no other roller coaster like this out there. And the wild, it's just, you go through tunnels, there's fun laterals, airtime, everything. It was just, it's so hard to describe, but it was just such a wild ride, and I can't think of a more unique roller coaster to have as my 600th milestone. Another annual event at CoasterCon is the Midway Olympics, which were held at Indiana Beach this year. Small teams compete playing the park's game collection for prizes. We didn't participate this year, but it looked like a lot of fun and is definitely something I'll consider for next con. After the Midway Olympics, we headed to Steelhog, a fun compact coaster manufactured by S&S Worldwide. Out of the operating coasters on day one, we saved the 2 big woodies, which were both made by Custom Coasters International, for last, starting with Hoosier Hurricane. Cornball Express wraps all around itself with lots of fantastic moments that throw you around, especially with those buzz bars they have on both of their Woodies. At the end of day 1, we had ERT on both Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain and Cornball Express. The line for Superstition was well over an hour, so we decided to lap Cornball a few times, which seemed to be a popular choice as well. On day 2, one of the coasters that wasn't operating the previous day started testing around midday, and the park was able to get it open for us to ride. All-American Triple Loop is another classic Schwarzkopf at the park, which actually started as a traveling coaster in the German fair circuit back in the 1980s. It was the world's first roller coaster with 3 vertical loops, and Indiana Beach relocated and opened the Triple Loop in 2024, and we were all extremely excited to get a ride. The rest of the final day of CoasterCon was dedicated to riding some of the other attractions and, of course, re-riding our favorite coasters. I just got my second ride on the Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain, and I had a really unique experience. You might remember from the spring conference when I got Alpengeist as my 550th milestone roller coaster. I got a Zen ride for that coaster credit count. I got another Zen ride. I got a fireworks night ride. Like, Alpengeist was very kind to me. So in true form, my next milestone roller coaster gave me an extra special treat. You can see the section of track behind me. So right after right after that section of track, you head into the mountain, and that's where the mid-course block brakes are. We got stuck. There's an animatronic there that does something that sends you off into the second half of the course, and it happened. It tried to send us off, but we just sat there. So about 5 minutes later, the ride operators came up just to rest ashore. Everything is fine. But the ride operators let us know that the mechanics were on their way to just release the brakes. And once they arrived, they did exactly that. And we got to ride the second half of the ride. That was so fun. Well, that about does it for our time here at Indiana Beach, the final park of CoasterCon 47. What did you guys think?
It's a lot of fun.
It's such a cute park, right on the Tippecanoe River. Some great wooden roller coasters. Did you guys have a favorite ride?
Hurricane was mine.
Hoosier Hurricane, so fun. How about you, Derek?
I would say Cornball Express.
Cornball Express also. Probably the park's two biggest woodies. I'd probably also agree with Cornball Express, but I loved Hoosier Hurricane too. Honestly though, with my 600th milestone being Superstition Mountain, I don't know, it's like a toss-up for me. They're just all great. And you know, my favorite thing about Indiana Beach is just the way that the wooden roller coasters interact. Cornball and Hoosier, their lift hills are right next to each other. Like yesterday, we got to go up at the lift hill at the same time and cross with each other. That was really fun. And then even today, we were going up the lift hill for Hoosier Hurricane, and Cornball went down its first drop right above us. Like, that's just so much fun. It just adds so much excitement to the ride. And that's Triple Loop. We got to ride Triple Loop today. Another amazing Schwarzkopf. Oh, they've taken such great care of it. It rides really well.
It's really fun.
But that also wraps up CoasterCon 47. It's been an amazing week. Did you guys have a favorite part?
The first part was my favorite. Yeah.
Great America. There's so much to do there. You know, we had 3 days there, and that really helped because the more time you get to spend at a park, you really get a full appreciation of it. How about you, Derek?
I would say Great America as well. Just because, I mean, it's the biggest park, it's the most well-known, it has the most amount of stuff. So
most amount of stuff, rides, and you know, it's the park that we got to do all the behind-the-scenes tours at during this CoasterCon, and to ride a brand new roller coaster that just opened this year. It's just always really fun. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed watching CoasterCon, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.